Ollie, I have to know, what's the mood like at Carrington? Everybody must be elated given your league position right now.
Yeah, of course, the results affect the mood on the staff, on the players, with the fans, everyone, of course, in and around the club. But it's a focused mood. It's good mood, but we're in work mode. We know that we have a lot of work to be done.
You've done a lot of work this season already. So much has changed. That game against Everton, league results-wise, you've been unbeaten since, and you've created a good headache. Your players have stepped up for you, so team selection must now be a problem, but a very, very good problem. So how are you going to handle it?
It's a very good problem, of course. The thing is, when you're playing well, it's easier to come into the team as well. So more and more players play well, and they give you another headache. So, and you feel it's a great position to be in because there's so many games. Everyone knows they will have to contribute, and they will be asked to contribute. So as I said, when it's a focused mood, it's not like a giddy, let's just play around mood. Everyone's working hard to be the best they can be because they'll be asked to play soon. Even if you have not started the last 2 or 3, maybe you're ready. And I have to commend the players. They are very focused.
What about yourself? Because I don't know how much attention you pay to criticism, but when you're Manchester United manager, it's part and parcel of the job. But you've experimented with so many different tactics. Some of them have enabled you to win really crucial matches against massive opponents. Despite all of that, do you think it's unfair to be labeled as tactically inept?
I don't really read or hear too much. So if that's the narrative, that's all right with me. You know, there's a way of. I'm sure absolutely every manager in the world can probably sit out and find probably the best way of getting a result in this game and in any individual game. We've proven that many times ourselves in PSG, a couple of times away from home in the big games, and you think that you should do that every time. But for me, the big thing is that we create a way that all the players are comfortable with, that we find a way of playing, going into every single game confident on this is what we are going to do. Maybe tweak it a little bit, but we have to find a style that we believe is going to give us results in the long run without having to change. That's, I think, the best teams in the world that win things, they trust themselves. They don't chop and change ways of playing for every single one of them. Yeah, once, couple of tweaks, as I said, that's possible. Maybe a change here and there. That's all. But it's also about the players out there performing to their capabilities. And you see the players now; they're playing really well. So it's not always the great manager who wins games or the bad one who loses games. Sometimes it's margins, fine margins. But we're working on a way that the team will feel comfortable going into every game.
Well, you just mentioned style and successful managers. What is the definition of the Ole-Gunnar Solskjaer style? And how does it blend into the Manchester United way of traditionally playing?
Of course, I've been affected by my many years here as a player. And then as a coach after I was a player. Now I come back as a manager. The traditionally best Man United teams have quick attacks, fast players. We break quickly. We got quality individuals, we got width, we got individuals who can make a difference. I think if you see a video reel of the best goals, many goals are individual quality or fast attacks, quick counter-attacks. See Ronaldo's free kicks or Rooney's and Ronaldo's counter-attacks, Giggsy, Beckham. So of course, I'm very influenced by the years I've had here under Sir Alex.
When it comes to being a manager, though, since you mentioned Sir Alex, it's been said that you would take notes of what he was saying, and he's arguably the greatest manager in footballing history. But at what point did you think this is what I want to do? Not to say manage Manchester United, but to become a coach at any club in the world?
I've always been that type of guy. When I was a little kid, I used to pick teams and balance teams off with my cousin. We spent hours and hours in writing league tables and created our own version of Football Manager. So and on the computer, I always play the management games rather than the FIFA ones now, that you were in control of one of the players. So I've always looked at the bigger picture, balanced teams, tactics. But then I came to Man United as a player, and I just wanted to play, stay away from the headlines, didn't want to have anything to do with football really, but it was in my bone and in my blood to be thinking about team selections. Every time the manager left me out of a team, and I was looking for reasons why, and I always understood his decisions, and it was always the manager is in control. So I always tried to think further than just myself. Then when I got injured, my bad injury when I was 30, that's when I decided if my career is taken away from me, I'm going to be a coach. And then when I got the reserve team job in 2008, I probably decided that my dream job would be to manage Man United at one point.
Yeah, and here you are 12, 13 years later. Just tell me, did you buy yourself on Football Manager?
Always. Of course. No, I was Man United every time.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you didn't need to buy yourself?
No, I didn't. To be honest, I enjoyed being Man United because that was my dream. But I've always liked to try to defy the odds, and you try to have a club from build something and try to do a lesser club. That was a challenge. It was, and that's why probably I'm the type I am. When I went to Molde, when I went to Cardiff, I always was, and then when I came here as well, it's so important for me that the club has a vision, a longer-term vision, a longer-term plan, what you're thinking, how it should look like in 3 years or 5 years. And I'm not like a quick fix type of manager.
You like building a project. You're talking a lot about your time as a coach. I actually did some work with René Meulenstein.
Yeah.
2 days ago, we were covering your game, and he's got a question for you.
Whilst he's at the top now, but how many teams does he think that can still compete for winning the title? If I look at the league table now, there's still so many teams up there. Obviously, Liverpool there, Man City there, but Spurs is there, Everton is there, Leicester is there.
Yeah, it's the most exciting Premier League for years and years, because if you look at the table now, with some teams haven't played all the games yet, so we haven't got the even numbers of games, but there's not many points between first and 10th. So, but you'd expect the two teams that have been dominating the last 3 years to be up there. They should be up there, and then we want to improve from last season. And of course now we've started okay, so we'd like to be part of that mix when it comes to March and April. But that's a long time away, so there's loads of work to be done until then.
Final 2 questions, because my time is running out. You could go 6 clear of Liverpool at the top of the table. Do you feel this is your biggest league match so far during your time as Manchester United manager?
It's being said and written a lot about this game and built up to be this be-all, end-all, but it's not be-all, end-all. Of course, it's a massive game, very important game, but I don't look at it as like any other game because the next one is always the most important. It's key of keeping the focus, and that you just think about this one, and all our energy is focused on getting the best out of the players for Sunday.
Okay. Amad Diallo, is he the long-term solution to United's lack of an orthodox right winger? Is that one reason why you bought him?
Well, he's an exciting young player, yeah, and it's a long-term signing. You don't sign an 18-year-old that's played 60 minutes in Italy and expect the world from him straight away. But he's a talent that we believe in, that he's going to get time to develop, and hopefully in 10, 12 years' time, everyone will talk about him as a successful signing and a very good right winger.
Perfect. Do you have a message for the Malaysian fans? Because you know very well how big Manchester United are as a club globally.
Yes, of course. And I just want to thank everyone for our for their continuing support, and hopefully when the world is back to more normal and we can be meeting again, that we'll support a Man United team, and that we'll come to Malaysia and play some games at one point.
Perfect. I want to wish you all the best for the rest of the season. Stay safe and good luck.
Thank you very much. All the best.